Well, hello, my beautiful fellow sensitive people. It is I, your favorite oracle named Whimsy, here to deliver the latest dirt on Hollywood as a remote viewer and as a tarot card reader. And I've got to say, yet again, I got it right. As I had mentioned in previous remotes, I felt that many of the people associated with Diddy would be leaving the United States in order to avoid some of the pressure and attention that they're receiving because of their association with Diddy and his parties, etc. Well, it would appear, according to the news, that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis are in fact leaving and moving to Europe. In my opinion, there's a couple of places I would not recommend they move to, like Britain, because the paparazzi in Britain is actually worse than the paparazzi in the United States. They might be okay if they move to Eastern Europe. But I don't think that when you're dealing with cases that affect Homeland Security, international child abduction, human trafficking, that moving to Europe is necessarily going to help Ashton Kutcher and his wife. But it would appear that that is exactly what they're doing. I think also Beyonce, Jay-Z are leaving the United States. Basically, you have this massive exodus of everybody associated with Diddy attempting to leave the United States in order to avoid death threats, harassment. It's not going to keep them from being deposed, though. If there is a warrant out for their arrest, if it's a case of, like I said, human trafficking of children across the United States, or foreign nationals being trafficked and brought into the United States, if they saw anything, they are going to be deposed. I have no doubt that Ashton Kutcher probably already has been deposed. So in that case, the only reason to leave the United States is to avoid assassination threats by anybody associated with Diddy. If anything, I would assume that this is evidence that he's probably cooperating with the investigation. And for that reason, it's probably a good idea that he get out of Dodge, that he get out of Los Angeles and the greater area, because anybody associated with Diddy who works for him, who's involved with his cleanup crew, could theoretically be threatening the lives of people that have testified or given a deposition with the feds. And so that might be another reason for the safety of him and his family, that he may be pressured to leave the United States. I was asked to look at the Kardashian family. I'll go ahead and do that as well. As I had said in previous remotes, we're seeing the death of Hollywood, and it's going to continue, the fall of Hollywood. It was inevitable. I said that it was inevitable, and I stand by that, because Hollywood was built on things that are not sustainable. You can't build a working society. It's not going to last. That's based on exploiting people, love of fame, love of power. When that's the most important thing to you, and when you're willing to give up your own humanity, your own conscience, your own empathy in order to get fame, in order to get attention, if the entire industry is based on that, it will collapse. Just like Versailles collapsed, just like Rome collapsed, it will collapse. And that is precisely what we're seeing in Hollywood. It collapses because it does not engender people to be loyal to the industry. It's also a great opportunity for anybody who's in the Screen Actors Guild, the Writers Guild, or any other guild that's associated with film, TV, and music in Hollywood, to ask themselves, what the heck are we doing, and why weren't we adequately protected by our unions? I think Britney Spears is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to children and young people being trafficked in the industry, and I think that we're going to see more of that. I've also been asked to talk about the crossover between the music industry and the film industry. And of course, if you're looking like at somebody like Britney Spears, Ryan Gosling, Justin Timberlake, they did both. They did film, they did TV, they did music. Will Smith has done music and film. There's a crossover, and they all tend to hang out together in Hollywood. I used to live in Hollywood. I used to work in West Hollywood, and I used to be the doctor that cared for people in the industry. There wasn't this big separation that people would think, and a lot of the time people in the music industry would be writing the music or contributing the music scores for some of the films. So it's not quite as divided as people think. Also, they hang out together in the same areas, Beverly Hills and West Hollywood. A lot of actors, musicians, etc., hanging out in West Hollywood. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll throw the cards for people. I'll do the empath's prayer, and then we're going to take a look a little bit more about this. I'd like to find out who's flipped, who hasn't flipped. I do think that those people who flipped are not safe to remain in the United States, and it's probably a good indication that they have flipped if they're getting out of Dodge. But let's quickly do the empath's prayer and we'll take a look. And before we do that, if you could like, share, subscribe, it would be awesome. As it does help grow the channel. Let's do the empath's prayer. Okay, I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together, collectively, we say, Amen. As you know, many people have not only been accused of inappropriate behavior in Hollywood, but some have been charged and gone to prison, like Danny Masterson. But he's not the only one that's been linked to inappropriate behavior in Hollywood. Some have been accused, they've been charged, they've either gotten away with it or they have not been charged formally, or they've done deals with their victims and the victim has signed NDAs and paid them off. I want to take a look first at Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis because it's just been reported they're leaving the United States. I want to find out if they already have given a deposition to the police. I believe that they have, and if that's part of the reason why they feel it would be better to leave the country. There is a concern, based on what I'm feeling as I go into this energy, that Ashton Kutcher believes that his money is not safe in the United States, and he is afraid that he could actually be criminally charged and do jail time, and I'll show you that. Past foolish behavior on his part is his karma. He was foolish, so he is reaping the rewards of his behavior because he was foolish. And then you can see here, 9 of Wands is to be cornered or to be jailed. This is somebody who is up against the wall. He's becoming paranoid. The truth is coming out. His world is becoming increasingly smaller because his karma card is that he was foolish. His foolishness leads to his incarceration. He thought he was invincible. He thought it would never come to bite him. He thought that the past was done. He thought that whatever he had done, he couldn't, it was so long ago, he's not going to be charged. Statute of limitations. We can see here, large sum of money is over him. A large sum of money is over Ashton Kutcher. This could be that he sells his property. He's got a wad of cash, and he's going to take that money and move somewhere. I would recommend Eastern Europe. Move to Lithuania, move somewhere where they're okay with you using crypto accounts and they're less likely to force you back to the United States. No extradition, right? But we see this large amount of money coming to Ashton in the very near future, and his crossing card is the Tower. His world is crashing down. His world is crashing down. His home is crashing down. This guy is afraid of a raid. Did he have any tapes of old memories? Oh, I've got an old memory of something I did way back when, and I've got that in my private little stash. Does he have contraband on Diddy, and Diddy has contraband on him? This looks like a potential raid. This looks like potentially he himself kept some evidence. Maybe he had evidence against other people. Maybe it was evidence against him. But he's looking at possibly his whole world coming to an end, and possibly even subpoena or a search warrant in his home. Could be part of the reason again why he's, and then we have here again his seventh house, which what is to flee like a thief his situation. His home is crashing down. I would also say that his marriage is very much in trouble with these types of cards. What is he thinking? What is he marinating in? The fear that his wife is leaving him. The fear that of poverty, the fear that she is giving him the cold shoulder. She wants nothing to do with him. This is a poverty card, and it can often be a card of people being locked out of the church. They want nothing to do with you, turning a cold shoulder to the broken man. This marriage is in trouble. This guy is trying to get a hold of some cash and get out of Dodge and get out quickly, and he's afraid that he's going to be criminally charged. I think he's holding on to contraband. He waited too long. He waited too long to do anything. He sat around living in a dream world. This guy thought a lot of himself, and his narcissism kept him from actually doing anything about the situation. He's going to be given a Hail Mary. Ace of Cups. We know what you got. We know about your little tapes. We know about the evidence. You either play nice with the police. Ace of Cups is to receive a Hail Mary. This guy is in a crap load of trouble. They don't care. No man is above the law, according to Merrick Garland, and he doesn't give a damn, him and Homeland Security, about how many movies you made or how popular Danny Masterson was on that 70s show. You're going to prison. You're going to prison now if you don't tell us everything and hand over. You're not in charge, kid. The fact that the Ace of Cups, though, is coming to him, he's got hope. This is a business person also. He's invested. I know that he's got some investments he's talked about, and being a physical conservative, yeah, he acts like a Republican. Queen of Pentacles in his seventh house would be his business, his brand, his business, and his issue with others, his opposition, are confused right now. His opposition could be Diddy. So Diddy is probably confused about just how much they've talked to Ashton Kutcher, and whether or not he's cooperated. His hope and fear. This guy is in grief. He's worried about what he's lost. And the Sun is also an exposure card. He will be exposed. This is not optimistic. If it was optimistic, we would see optimistic cards. There are optimistic cards here. For example, I think he's going to sell his house. I think he needs to get cash, and I think he needs to sell cheap and get the hell out of there. So many mega mansions that are being sold right now. His is one of them, and this Hail Mary is a good sign. His business, fear of his wife leaving him, wanting to flee the country as quickly as possible. Let's clarify that Sun card. He's moving his business. This is a guy who should probably learn to speak Italian. Maybe he'll go and make some movies in Italy. But this guy is packing his business and moving it elsewhere. Six of Cups, again. His opposition is trying to speak to him, trying to get him to come back and make nice. His hope and his fear is the Justice Department, the police, the court exposing him. And the final outcome, a new beginning awaits him. This is a guy that has flipped like a pancake. I'm going to go ahead and predict that he flipped like a pancake, that he turned out to be a coward, that he kept some films and he kept some film footage of past events, and he put them away in a nice little safe place. And what arrogance. And now the police want it. This guy is going to give a deposition. This guy's going to flip like a pancake. He's going to get threatened, and then he's going to leave the country for safety reasons. That's what I predict. I don't know if his marriage is going to make it, to be honest with you. With the way those cards looked, I don't know if they're going to stay married. All right, I'm just going to look at the Kardashians as a family, as a whole. Kim Kardashian, Khloe, and all the others that attended the Whites parties, and just how much did they see, how much did they participate, and will the cops be talking to them, or are they going to have to move to Europe? Let's take a look. Their mother is a very good business person. She's known to be extremely nice to people, extremely polite, and so she always tries to have a good relation with other people. Kim and the rest of the Kardashians are very good business people. They have solid relationships with others. They're always respectful. They're always nice. They just have a great reputation for being nice to people, to be honest with you. And we can see the businesswoman, strong international partnerships. So it's likely that they tried to keep their business as clean as possible while trying to make their brand as sexy and shocking as possible. This is similar to what Madonna did, where people who worked for her said that she was, the dancers for the most part liked her in Truth or Dare. She seemed to get along with them. But she also knew how to shock and to keep people interested. So we're looking at strong business partnerships. Could they theoretically lose some of their business in the future? Two of Pentacles back and forth over their finances. So shaky grounds, but we can see new work lays ahead. These people are solid financially. Look at that. That Queen of Pentacles is the businesswoman, and we can see importing and exporting strong and solid. I think Kim Kardashian is now a billionaire. Over the concerns about money, again, new work, Page of Pentacles. They are blessed financially, and what is above them, the Rider, the Knight of Cups, comes to assist them. These people have more money than God. If you took every single one of them and put it together, we're talking about billions of dollars in revenue and a lot of people working for them. What they're sitting in is an Ace of Wands, also auspicious. It would mean new ventures. I'm seeing them getting into other things, investing in restaurants, investing in other areas, expanding their ideas, health restaurants and other things, other ventures, food and entertainment. And this brand is growing. This brand is not stopping. They're coming out of financial stability. You can see that Nine of Pentacles, confidence. These folks are very smart with their money. And what they're entering into in the near future is a health crisis for the mom. I can't remember what the mama's name is. I never, let me look at this. Kardashian mom. Yeah, what's her mom? Oh, Kardashian mom. Kardashians. Kim Kardashian's mom is Kris Jenner. Okay, great. I got it now. Awesome. All right, so Kris Jenner, she may be having a health crisis. This comes in, this is Archangel Raphael. It is a page, it's a message regarding one's health. I love the omega-3s there, that nice fish in the pot or in the cup. So Kris Jenner could be going through some kind of a health challenge according to this. We could be hearing something about that in the near future. They're defending their reputation and they're feeling very defensive, which leads me to think that it may be that they were not as immediately involved as people may think. they tried to be positive and look at everybody from a positive perspective and get along with everybody, but that doesn't mean that they were it was quite as salacious as other people. Hopes and fears could be again a move, and then the final outcome for them is Six of Wands. They'll be vindicated. It does not appear that they were as involved in the dark side. Look, I could be wrong, but these cards look pretty good. They would cooperate openly with any criminal investigation. They would welcome it. I see them staying in the California area, but also expanding their business, and we see extreme wealth as their outcome. Ace of Pentacles. They will continue to be financially successful. Their business is solid. I don't see any kind of charges or anything negative happening to the Kardashians, and it looks like they feel that they have nothing to hide. I don't feel that Kris Jenner feels that she has anything to hide, and certainly if the cops want to talk to her based on these cards, she's happy to talk to them. I have no feeling about it either way. I've never watched the show, but for those of you who wanted to see the information on Diddy and the Kardashians and Ashton Kutcher, I thought that I would go ahead and do the cards. That's what I see. I hope you enjoyed this tarot reading. Be sure and share, like, and subscribe. And if you need to see me as a reader, you can book me through Booksy, and that information is below. You just book me, and then I call you at the appointed time. I am in Portland, Oregon, though, so be sure and remember that if you're on the East Coast. All right, thanks, everyone. Peace out. See you next time.